bit of a cheat. I've cooked everything in advance. I've got a joint of pork in the oven, which I've covered in honey and pierced with garlic as well, and then a nice bit of seasoning over the top. I've also cooked up some cauliflower leaves in here with some peppers and some tomatoes as well, which is looking lovely, if I do say so myself. I've got some gravy ready, and then I've also got in the oven some red cabbage, some cauliflower, and some chorizo with a cheese sauce mix in there, which I'm going to pull out and I'll show you imminently. In a way, the pork's been in the oven for 2 hours. I've took the crackling off the top so we can crisp that up a little bit more, and I'm now pretty much about to plate everything up. What I'm going to do first though is, obviously I want a nice, rich, flavoursome gravy. Thank you to everybody that's tuning in already. I'm just going to drain some of this because I want the juice from these cauliflower leaves that I've mixed and now spilt all over the top. So I'm just going to give that a stir. Just a quick one of dishing up this pork. You can watch it live now, or you can watch it any other point, or you can not watch it at all. And if you're not watching it at all, you'll never know that I said that. So I'm just going to heat up this gravy in the microwave. I've used the stock. I've created that stock from the juices where we've got some cabbage, some peppers, and some cherry tomatoes in there. I've also I've cooked up this Pink Lady apple. There it is. And I've added into there a little bit of mango, some honey, and some white wine. I've also added a touch of cumin in there to give it a little bit of spice. A lovely fresh apple sauce that I've made up. Really easy to do. We popped it up in the microwave. So we'll put that over there for the moment. We'll drain off the rest of the vegetables, but let's just get the pork out and see what's going on with that, shall we? So, because I coated it in honey, hang on, I'll pick the phone up for this one. I coated it in honey and I put some onion around the bottom. What we wanted to do with the onion is just get those flavours to mix in with the meat. I've taken the crackling off the top of the pork, so we can carry on cooking the pork. But also, the tip there is if you take the crackling off, it just cooks up that little bit of fat. So that crackling really now should be, oh my gosh, perfect, absolutely perfect. Slightly honeyed. Of course, if you put honey over everything, it's a sugar, so it is going to crisp up. But that, oh, I could eat all that crackling on its own. That crackling is perfect. Also, I've got in the oven, which we're going to pull out shortly as well, some cauliflower cheese, which I've done with some chorizo and some red cabbage leaves to go around the base of the pan with a bit of chili oil, and also some chili oil, and some garlic oil as well. So we're just going to let that pork rest just a little bit, not too much, but we'll also get out at the same time the cauliflower cheese, and I'll show you that. Yes. So to me, that's cooked to perfection because I like golden cauliflower cheese. It's got some red pepper on the top. It's got the cauliflower cheese mix. I use a mature cheddar in there. It's got red cabbage leaves on the bottom, and it's got some chorizo in it as well, just to give it a bit of extra tang. Of course, it all comes from a pig, so it's going to go very well with that pork. Bottom of the plate. So we haven't gone for any potato, especially when you're eating at this time of night and you're trying to get fitter. It's good to avoid carbs. So Steve and I are doing our best to avoid the carbs. So I'm just going to line the bottom of the plate with these beautiful, look at these leaves, look. Beautiful cauliflower leaves, which I've cooked up. And then I'm just going to drain this, and we're going to get out of that the beautiful peppers that are in there as well, and a bit of tomato mix. So now you can see that, look, there's the colours, some peppers and some tomato mix, which I'm just going to grab the tongs. We'll also just put some of that lovely colour and flavour on there as well. No particular style to that, we can just serve it up. There we are, that's good. Let's see how that gravy's thickened up. That's exactly what it has done, it's thickened up nicely. Brilliant. Okay, that's thickened up. So what we want to do now is serve out our cauliflower cheese. I feel like I'm juggling this evening. Nice to see so many of you coming on. Zoe Bishop, Matthew, Steve Evans. I thought you was on a call in the other room. Steffi Mustard, hello my beautiful, how are you? Mark, so many of you. So we've got the cauliflower cheese. So I'm just going to get a serving spoon. And for this one, we're going to use this. But before we do that, let's start to give our pork a good carve, because we're going to need the pork to be already cut. And really I should take this out and put it onto a plate, but I'm not doing that now because I'm just going to put it straight onto the main plate. A little bit naughty, but I won't tell if you won't. So we're just cutting up this beautiful, beautiful big piece of pork here. Beautifully succulent. I've cooked it in that honey. So of course we've got that beautiful golden colour on the outside. So I'm just going to serve that like so on there. We'll pull the string out at the same time. Nobody wants a piece of string in between their teeth, do they? And I'm just going to get this, look at this beautiful succulent pork, which I'm putting onto those beautiful fresh leaves from that cauliflower there. And these are nice big slices of succulent. Oh, look at the juice coming off that. That is incredible. So this is going to have bags and bags of flavour. Now, for me, I cooked it up with some onion. We'll do another slice on there. That should be almost enough. There you are. We'll do one more. Now, I don't know whether Steve will want some of this very baked onion, but I certainly do. But I can't get it up, so we won't bother with that. So the next thing, glove, cauliflower cheese. Here is this beautiful and succulent cauliflower cheese. Now I've lined the bottom of the pan here with those red cabbage leaves. Ouch, ouch. Red cabbage leaves. Then I've put the cauliflower in there, put the chorizo in there. So look at that, look, as we're cutting into that now, you've got all those lovely colours and juices coming through, and we're just going to serve that up. Well, yikes. On the side there, it's going to sit on top of those leaves. And that is going to make, that would be like a substitute for your potatoes. It's nice, it's hard, it tricks the body a bit like broccoli does somewhat, and it gives it the impression that you're having carbs. I'm just going to serve that up. I'll put another spoonful of that on there, so there's plenty more to go around. And then I'm literally just going to serve up some gravy, not the Corona, and I'm just going to pour that gravy over there. Get that lovely extra flavour and heat through. It's a good thing about gravy, always make sure that it maintains the heat of your dish as well. And I'm just going to decorate with this beautiful Pink Lady apple sauce that I made up with with Pink Lady apples, finely chopped, honey, some white wine, some lemon juice, and some cumin pepper in there, just to give it a bit of a spiced edge. And then I'm just going to serve a nice good portion of that on the side there. And we'll do the same again with this one. And then last but not least, this is everybody's favourite bit, isn't it? Listen to this. That is real crackling. This is how crackling should be served. Cook it up nicely. My mum taught me how to do this many moons ago. Take it off the pork and then carry on cooking it in the oven. Right, there we are. And we'll just dress that with a beautiful piece of... Obviously, if you're vegetarian, this is no good for you, having all this pig fat on here. And I'll pressure my hands and I'll show you exactly. There we have it, ladies and gents. Nice bit of crackling. It's nice and crisp. It's got that honey that's baked over it. Gives it that almost toffee finish. We've got the cauliflower cheese with chorizo and peppers. And then we've got those leaves from the cauliflower that we've cooked in with some tomatoes and some peppers. And we've got that succulent pork and that beautiful spiced apple sauce.